Welcome to another video. In this video, I'm gonna talk about how I manifested my dream car. All right. I love this vehicle. I done had it now for about 8 months. I brought it in 2024, July of 2024. But in this video, I'm gonna talk to you about how I manifested this car and how you can do the same. Y'all ain't gonna wanna miss this. Stay tuned. In this video, I want to talk about how I manifested my dream car. This particular vehicle, this is a 2024 Volkswagen Atlas Cross Sport. I first saw this vehicle. I was living in Charleston, South Carolina, and I was coming home, I believe, from work, and I pulled up to my apartment complex up until this was about 2 years ago. Yeah, it's 2025. So this is about 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I was living in Charleston, South Carolina, and I was getting off of work. And when I got home, I pulled into the apartment complex and I seen this vehicle that like I've never seen before, right? And automatically when I saw it, it crossed my attention. It was a white Cross Sport. So when I pulled up, I was like, yo, what is this? I was like, what kind of vehicle is this? I got to check this out. So I parked my car. I got out. I went up to the vehicle, and I was like, and it reminded me of a bigger Range Rover Sport. And it also reminded me of the GLE Coupe. It also reminded me of the GLE Coupe. But anyway, I'm looking through the person windows and everything. I'm looking inside, looking at the interior and all of that. And I was like, yo, this is a dope crossover vehicle. It's a dope vehicle. I was like, damn, I wonder how much they cost. So when I got upstairs, I kind of looked it up and I was like, let me see how much these things running for. And them things expensive. Base price, you're looking at $40,000, starting at $40,000. It could go as high as $60,000. I was like, all right, cool. Like, that vehicle was always on my mind. And I knew it wasn't the time for me to buy a car. It wasn't the time for me to buy a car. But I'm a car person. I done had plenty cars. I done probably had about 20-something cars in my lifetime. I knew that I wanted it, and I knew that I would get it at some point. One of the things that I did was I took the vehicle and I put it on my screensaver on the computer. And I'm always thinking about cars, like always thinking about cars. And I always got like probably like my top 2, my top 3 cars that I might like, that I'm looking at to purchase for my next car. And the Atlas Cross Sport was definitely in my top 3. It was actually in my top 2. But anyway, I put it on my computer screensaver. Every time I got on my computer, I sat up there and I saw that vehicle. Like, I saw the vehicle, the Atlas Cross Sport. Every time I got on my computer, I saw that vehicle. If I remember correctly, I might even put it on my phone. I'm not sure. But I actually right now I got like a Rolls Royce Phantom on my phone right now, if y'all can see it. But yeah, so I constantly thought about the vehicle, but I wasn't attached to it. I knew that I wanted it. I knew that I would get it at some point. I wasn't attached to the day, the date, the year. I wasn't attached to none of that. I just knew that I wanted it, and it was in my list, and I put it on my screensaver so mentally I can always see it. I'll never forget about it and everything. Fast forward 2 years later, and this was back in like 2022. I want to say 2022. 2024, no, 2023. Yeah, 2023. I actually ended up getting a job at Volkswagen. I would have never thought that I'd be working there. That's what I say, you never know where life's going to take you. But I ended up getting a job there, and I ended up working there for a year. One of the reasons I left, that's a whole nother story. But I ended up leaving there after a year. But right before I left, the 2024s came out, and I got a chance to see them when they came in, still wrapped in plastic, still brand new, haven't been inspected, haven't even been ready to go on the floor to be sold yet. I was one of the technicians that was responsible for prepping the vehicle for it to go on a lot to be sold. But when I got in them, I was like, wow, this is a dope vehicle. Like, this is a really dope vehicle. So I got a chance to actually even work on them before I even had one of my own. And I knew and that just fueled it even more. So I went from seeing it in a parking lot to getting on my phone and pricing it out to see how much it costs, to getting a screensaver of the vehicle and putting it on my computer as my screensaver so I could see it every time I got on the computer, to actually working for the Volkswagen dealership, to actually working on the vehicles. Now, the models before the 2024 are slightly different, but it's big difference to the interior of the vehicle. In 2024, they switched the interiors of the vehicle. Total upgrade. So the one that I actually seen initially, this is this is a 2024. This is the new model. This is a better version of the one that I actually saw. The one that I saw was known for burning oil. The engine was known for consuming a lot of oil. Before the oil change was due, you would always have to add, because Volkswagen Atlases can go 10,000 miles. Most Volkswagens can go 10,000 miles before the next oil change. But for me being a technician and working there and seeing these vehicles, I personally wouldn't recommend going 10,000 miles between oil changes. I'll push it to 7. 7 to me is the max. But I would say probably do it every 5, but I wouldn't go past 7. I just got my first oil change on this vehicle probably about 2-3 weeks ago. I just hit 9,000 miles. And I know some people probably never had a vehicle never brought a vehicle with 0 miles. I brought this vehicle literally with 0 miles on it. I just hit 9,500, and I'll just show it to y'all real quick so y'all can see it. And just so y'all know, that's not no trip miles. That's real mileage on the vehicle. This is a brand new vehicle. Like I said, I purchased it now. I've had it since July of 2024. This is now March of 2025. Yeah, so anyway, I went from seeing the vehicle in the parking lot to looking up the price of it, to putting it on my screensaver, to working at the actual dealership, to prepping the vehicles, to actually quitting and leaving Volkswagen, to for only a couple of months later, probably 6 months, not even. Yeah, let's just say 6 months. After I left, 6 months later, after leaving that dealership, I actually ended up purchasing one of my own. It just so happened that I ended up getting a pre-approval for way more than what this vehicle costs. But I didn't want the car note. I didn't want the size of the car note. So all the money that I was approved for, I didn't cash out. I didn't go ahead and spend all of the money because I didn't want to deal with that car note on the back end. But I was grateful that the way everything worked out, and I received a pre-approval to go get the vehicle. And the process was real easy. I already had a pre-approval. I walked in there. I pretty much told them the one that I wanted. I test drove it, and that's it. I did a lot of things to this vehicle since I had it. I've added a lot of accessories and stuff like that. But in the next video, I think that I'll get and give a uh, more in-depth visual of all of the things that I added to the vehicle, some of the features of the vehicle, and the 24s and the 25s both are the same. So if you're thinking about getting a Volkswagen Atlas, or you haven't considered it or didn't know about it, I hope now you know about it. It's a dope car. Everywhere that I go, people compliment me on this vehicle, from the wheels to the body style of the vehicle and everything. It's a big body sports utility vehicle, man. And it got that Benz look to it. It has that luxury look to it. A lot of people don't even realize that Volkswagen makes Audi. So when you everybody want to get an Audi because it's popular. You know what I'm saying? It's the popular thing. Everybody always talking about Audis. But little do they know, VW is the ones that make it. So an Audi is just like a luxury brand to Volkswagen. You understand what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so if y'all ain't know that, that's some other information that I'm, some knowledge I'm dropping on y'all, whatever the case may be. But in the next video, I'll show y'all all the accessories and everything I added to the vehicle. Y'all can see the stars. I did put stars, and these are twinkling stars. I did add that to the vehicle, along with all kind of lights and all type of stuff. So but I'll catch y'all in the next video. It's your boy Kash. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.